Alright guys, I'm going to take you through a full body strength and hypertrophy session for grapplers. Mia wants to also see. Do you want me to sit there and do it? Okay. So, I've done strength power ones for jiu-jitsu and boxing, kickboxing recently, strength power. So today, yeah, it's gone. So today I want to take you through strength hypertrophy for grapplers. Now I think I've done one, a full body one, a little while ago. And I'm gonna give you a slightly different session just to show you the principles remain the same regardless. Some different exercises. So we're gonna do our little 3-circuit warm up. We're probably gonna either do some jumps or throws. Then today we're gonna start with our hinge patterns. We're gonna go RDL or Romanian deadlift, and I'll be supersetting most things just so I can get through it quicker with this one and to show you the session that's not gonna take too long, especially if you're short on time. So I'll start with that warm up and take you through it. So that was the 3 exercise warm up. You've probably seen it before in the other videos. I just kept it the same pretty much. So jumping rope, that's our fast ground contact extensive movement. We then had neck work, and then we did a walking power rotation there. So we cover rotation, fast ground contact, and neck in that warm up. And then we're gonna move on to the next one, and it's gonna be jumps. Just simple box jump, 3 sets of 5. And yes, it's a strength hypertrophy program, but that doesn't mean we ignore everything else. It just means we do the other things in really low volumes just to keep them in there so you're doing them. So that's why the box jump's just gonna be literally 3 sets of jumps, and then we move straight into our strength hypertrophy. So it's almost like that extension of that warm up to get us ready to go into our heavier main strength and size lifts. So that's 2 to 3 sets of the warm up, 3 sets of jumps. That should literally take you 5 to 10 minutes. It's a very small part of your session, but it'll get you ready to start lifting. So now we're going to go into the first main lift. It's going to be a Romanian deadlift. I was going to superset it, probably won't today because Mona's also lifting. So just going to do Romanian deadlift on its own. We're not going to go for higher rep ranges for our lower body work. And it's just something that I've developed through years of coaching where I typically don't do the traditional hypertrophy style stuff for the lower body. Typically, it just makes people too sore. Over time, I think it starts to interfere that soreness and fatigue with speed. And then just gonna take you longer to recover from. I'll also add that having huge legs isn't exactly a benefit for combat sports. Them being strong and powerful is more of a benefit. So I tend to err more on the strength side. So typically lower volume, higher intensity for the lower body. Yeah, so I'll show you that. So we're gonna do 3 sets of 5. Okay, so I ended up doing 2 sets at 130, but I'm just gonna call it there because I can feel my hamstrings. Absolutely. Basically, you know that feeling where you feel like if you really bend over and it's gonna like rip? That feeling, which means I did these right. So, just 2 sets of 5, and then obviously all the warm-up sets that I did too with that. So you see I warm my way up, it never goes straight to a working weight. So, done that. Now, we're gonna do an upper body superset. So we're gonna do ring chin-ups, just body weight. And we're gonna do those for reps, anywhere from 5 to 10. Pretty much go pretty well to failure, or very close to it. And I'm superset that with a push. And that push is just gonna be dependent on the space in the gym. So obviously if you're training at a commercial gym with certain racks, you could probably do like bench press and chin up together. In this small rack, there's no way. And we don't have heavy enough dumbbells, so I might end up just having to do overhead press just because it's what the setup allows. But for you at home, you can pick any press. So if you're doing, say, bench press one day, the second day could be an overhead press or an incline bench or something with dumbbells. Just have that variation in there, just give you an idea of what to do. So I'm gonna do this superset, and then after that superset, we're pretty much just gonna go straight and finish with some ab stuff, just to show you there. You can, if you have more time, you would add something like arms, like an arm superset, and then go into ab stuff. You'll notice that I took my shoes off for the remaining deadlift too. If you are doing your remaining deadlifts in just like normal running or training shoes, take them off. You want that flat ground and that connection with the floor to be able to do these well. So either just in your socks, or if you have like flat sole shoes, those also work really well. So I'll show you this superset. Okay, I take that back. I'm not gonna superset it just because my wife's now using the incline bench. So I'm gonna do the ring chin-ups first, 4 sets, just body weight. Then we're gonna go bench off pins, one of my favorites. I'll explain that in a second. But just know that you can superset that body stuff. It's probably better for you to do it just to save time. Okay, I take back the press off pins. If we're going for a pure strength session, I'll show you bench off pins, but we're gonna do a high incline barbell press with the fat grip, 6 to 8 reps. We'll do 3 or 4 sets, and then we'll finish with our ab stuff, and that'll be the session. Again, if you have more time, I mean, this session in reality probably wouldn't take you much more than 30 or 40 minutes. But I know a lot of you don't have the time to spend in the gym, so that's why I'm going to show you this. But if you have more time, after this, you could add in another push-pull superset, even if it's body weight, like push-ups and inverted rows for a rep goal. I really like that. You could be doing some kind of dumbbell bench variation and some kind of pull down or row variation. You could be doing arms. These are the things you can do after this to get more volume in, if size is your #1 goal. So I'll take you through some of these sets. that finishes this session up. So abs towards the finish, we did rollouts. Probably one of the more intense core variations. Yeah, that's your cat. Thank you. So we did remaining deadlifts, we did ring chin-ups, we did high incline presses, and we did abs. Super simple. We did 4 sets of press, 4 sets of rings. We're gonna do 2 sets of RDL today. Did some jumps, addressed some of our other qualities as part of the warm-up, and then finished the abs stuff. Really simple, guys. Just wanna stress how you don't need to go blasting different body parts if you're doing a strength and size program. If you're trying to gain size, yes, you will need some more volume and you will need to lift closer to failure. And that's kind of like your main metric, is how many sets can you take close to failure, but you're not trying to optimize or maximize hypertrophy, where you're looking at maybe 20 or 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week close to failure. You're just not gonna be able to do that and recover and do combat sports. It's just not possible. So even if you're aiming for example, this session I did 4 pressing sets, then the other session you might do 3 or 4, you're getting about 7 to 8 sets a week. One you might be a little more strength based anyway. So just bear that in mind. Like even with the back work, you can probably get away with doing higher volume to failure for like bodyweight pull-ups and things like that, in my opinion, or at least in my experience with the back work. So that you can push a little harder. With the pressing, it's difficult to push really hard and really close to failure for volume. Again, you can add arms, any of that to the program. And if you want to see what a full body strength and power session looks like for grapplers, I'll have that video up here for you to watch next.